With some unexpected time on his hands following Brooklyn's quick dismissal from the postseason, Kyrie Irving took to Twitter on Thursday to criticize the media, writing, among other things, quote, "When I see my name or my brothers and sisters, my brothers/sisters' names getting spun through the media, I refer to all my research about who they are. Their job is to control public perception, all while profiting off discussing, discrediting, disrespecting people's lives for entertainment. You want to do this, Kyrie? You really do? Okay, let's do it. Kyrie Irving, what about you disrespecting people? Didn't you call the media peons? Didn't you say they were inauthentic? Wasn't that you? Let's go away from the media. Didn't you have a problem playing with LeBron James in Cleveland? Didn't you go to Boston and openly admit that you did LeBron wrong because of the lack of leadership that you exhibited? Didn't you then proceed to point out how your leadership was flagrantly lacking when it came to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Wasn't it you that sat in front of fans in Boston and said, quote, "I'm not leaving. I'll stay here if you'll have me," and then proceeded to leave? Was that not you? When you came back to Boston, didn't you stand on a logo in an insulting and denigrating fashion to disrespect the Boston logo and the Boston Celtics fans? Wasn't that you? Wasn't it you that only played 20 games your first year in Brooklyn? Wasn't it you that disrespected the president of the Players Association, Chris Paul, when you as a vice president took the liberty of publicizing your dismay over players' willingness to participate in the bubble once the pandemic hit without even calling the president and having a conversation with them about it before you publicly displayed your position? Wasn't that you? Wasn't it you that was off for 10 months, came back after a 10-month hiatus, played for 2 weeks, and said because of the riots at the U.S. Capitol that you needed a break because there were things more important than basketball while you were getting paid tens of millions of dollars? Wasn't it you that was supposed to come back and play after being gone from your self-imposed hiatus, which, by the way, you didn't even call and talk to Steve Nash about when you did it? Wasn't it you that was supposed to come back but was out partying with your family, and then because that was in violation of safety protocols implemented by the NBA, which you knew, that gave you additional time off? And after all of that, wasn't it you that fell under the umbrella of about 1% of the league who did not get vaccinated? Wasn't it you that was the only player in the NBA that was forced to miss games because of it? Because even though Jaylen Brown didn't get vaccinated, they didn't have that rule in Massachusetts. So he wasn't violating any mandates, and as a result, he was able to play. He just made a decision that was his personal choice, but didn't affect the collective whole. Wasn't that you that did otherwise? Wasn't it you that left KD hanging? Wasn't it you that missed about 50 games this season? Wasn't it you that was a big reason why KD was absolutely exhausted because of the load that he had to carry because you weren't there to fulfill your end of the bargain after coaxing everybody to getting or coming to Brooklyn? Wasn't that you? Was that not you? I believe it was. And then you sit here and you go on this tirade about keeping names and focusing on people who are saying things about you, and even having the audacity to invoke race. My brother, it's not about race. Not in this equation. There's a whole bunch of things in this world about race. There's a lot of racism. There's a lot of prejudice. There's a whole bunch of things. It don't apply to you in this particular situation. Maybe it applies to you and other things going on in your life, which we don't know anything about and don't want to know. But when it comes to the game of professional basketball, all this is about is you not doing your job. You not fulfilling your obligation. An obligation you signed contractually on the dotted line to fulfill. And then you've repeatedly not fulfilled. That's what this is about. It's about selfishness. It's about irresponsibility. It's about being all about you at the expense of everybody else. Ain't nobody talking about your family. Ain't nobody talking about anybody but you. And what's our crime? You're one of the greatest talents to ever grace the game of basketball. And we have the unmitigated gall to want to see you play. And we complain when we're robbed of witnessing your greatness on far too many occasions. A greatness, by the way, that you signed on the dotted line to put on display for the world to see on a regular basis. You have played less than 60 games or less, in 7 of your 11 seasons in the National Basketball Association. That means nearly 3/4 of your career, you've missed a quarter of a season. And that's with having 6 months off every year. You can make this about race, my brother, all you want to. You can try. But you know what the embarrassing part about it all? Weak-ass arguments like the one you're making right now or you made yesterday on Twitter is the one that dilutes the profound arguments of race that far too many minorities still have in this day and age. You dilute it because you convolute it by bringing it up when it has no place. This is about you being irresponsible, unprofessional, and selfish. That's all it is about. You can try to think you're gonna have the last word. You won't. You never will. Because people like me are always gonna be here to make sure that nonsense does not happen. Enjoy your weekend, my brother. Enjoy several weekends. After all, you've got many available to them, or many available to you.
Winner takes a 3-2 lead in this opening round series. Morant. Oh! A jawbreaker! Morant drives. Morant. Oh, it's good! Ja Morant with the bucket. And Morant is the hero.
You know how I just opened up the show telling you that I was right about the Golden State Warriors? That they're the clear favorites in the West? Just like I said all along? Well, I'm a little bit worried about those Memphis Grizzlies. I can't front, I am. I have to admit it because Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and the crew, well, they coming too, all right? This Grizzlies team is incredibly talented. And don't forget, they're the ones that'll have home court advantage against the Warriors after they finish off the Minnesota Timberwolves. But maybe their biggest advantage of all, their ace in the hole. The Grizzlies are too damn young to know better. Too young to know they should be scared of this Warriors team. Memphis is just going to go out there and ball out. And you know Ja Morant has more special moments than him. More game winners, more dunks like this one that would be on every poster, in every kid's room, back in the day at least. I was gonna get baby Stephen a poster of this dunk, and he said no one his age has posters. He wanted a damn NFT. I'm telling you, these Grizzlies are scary. I still believe in my Warriors. Please don't get me wrong. I ain't backing down from that. But I can't front. The Grizzlies have got me tossing and turning at night sometimes because I don't see how anybody can sleep. Damn it, I'm worried, okay? I am. Bite my damn fingernails down to the quick because Giannis and these Milwaukee Bucks are looking very formidable. Again, dispatch the Chicago Bulls with ease, even without Chris Middleton in the lineup. This is a serious problem because if this keeps up, I might very well have to spend the month of June in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a second straight year, surrounded by bratwurst. Do you know what the hell bratwurst is? Do you have any idea? It's just a bunch of meat chopped up, churned up, emulsified, and then shoved inside a hog casing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pig intestines, y'all. Pig intestines. Look, Milwaukee is a fine town. It is. Your mayor, Cavalier Johnson, is one of the most outstanding young mayors in America, I'm told. He actually sent me a gift basket. A beautiful gesture. But the fact is, everything inside, I gave it away. I'm just telling you right now, because I ain't touching any bratwurst. I ain't eating that. Don't even want to be in the same room as it. But I do want to be in Miami. That's the worst kept secret in the National Basketball Association. I ain't lying, and I'll be honest. I don't have a clue who the mayor of Miami is. I don't care, because I don't need to know. All I need to know is that Miami's got beaches and the sun and 80 degrees in June and some other things that are very, very pleasant. It's also got some of the best food in the world, none of which is pig intestines. Can we pray for me, please? Can we pray for me? I need your support. I got friends